Hi, welcome to another video from Global Watch Shop. Today we've got a real treat for Rolex fans. We've managed to get our hands on the new Pepsi GMT. It's one of the first in the country, so we're going to be taking a look and doing a hands-on review. Okay, let's take it out and have a look. As you'd expect, it's the GMT2 instruction booklet. New reference. So 126710BLRO. There we go. Let's take that bezel protector off so we can really appreciate the colour of the bezel. Okay, let's start with the basics. So it's a 40mm oyster case. It's slightly more refined compared to previous oyster cases. A new release of Baselworld. I assume that all future oyster cases are going to be like this. It's produced in 904L grade stainless steel, highly scratch resistant. As we know, Rolex are now referring to this as oyster steel, which I guess is just a more marketing friendly term. It's got all the standard features of the Rolex GMT. It's water resistant to 100 meters, has the time, has the date, has a seconds hand. It's got a bi-directional rotating bezel as we would expect from any GMT. There we go. And it's capable of telling the time in 3 different time zones. So what's new? There's 3 key differences for me between this Pepsi and the previous Rolex GMTs. Let's start with the most obvious. Now, the blue and the red bezel. It's the signature of the iconic Rolex GMT designed dating back to the 1950s. 2 colour, blue and red, now in ceramic. We've had to wait quite a long time for this, and there's a reason for that. Originally, when Rolex first moved to one-piece ceramic bezels, it was thought to be impossible to make a 2 colour one-piece ceramic. Although, you know, Rolex worked hard on that, and they did make a breakthrough with the BLNR, so the Batman. The Batman was blue and black, and there was a reason for this also. It was quite difficult to make. It was easier to make a dark colour 2-piece ceramic bezel, so quite difficult and expensive to make a lighter colour 2 colour 1-piece ceramic, until Rolex made another breakthrough and introduced the BLRO bezel on the white gold 116719. Now we can only assume that this was introduced on the white gold model because of the expense involved in the engineering process of creating a 2 colour 1-piece lighter colour ceramic bezel. But this breakthrough opened up the possibilities for us, and now we see it on the stainless steel piece. Now, it isn't just a aesthetically pleasing design, it serves a purpose as well. So, as you probably know, the original GMT, it was designed for international jet setters, and in particularly for Pan Am pilots from the 1950s, and the GMT hand, the red hand we see here, in conjunction with the 24-hour numerals on the bezel, is used for telling the time in your home city, so home time. The 2 colours signify the hours of day and hours of night. So you can see here from 6 AM through to 1800 is red, which signifies daytime, and from 1800 through the hours of night to 6 is blue, which signifies nighttime. Now, we're not going to cover how to set the watch to set 3 different time zones on the watch. If you do want to know how to do that, we have got a separate video. I'll put the link in the comment section below. You can see the Batman being used, but it's really on any GMT, it will be the same process. So the second difference is also immediately obvious. It's the new Jubilee Bracelet. From what I understand, it's come in with mixed reviews. A lot of people want to see an oyster bracelet. But this is the Pepsi. It's exclusively available on a Jubilee. There is no option for an oyster bracelet, and there is no oyster bracelet that will fit this watch either because of the change in the size of the the casing. Why? Well, my view is Rolex have done this to provide differentiation from the other GMTs. So the GMT-116710BLRO, otherwise known as the Batman, and the 116719BLRO, which is the white gold Pepsi. Although this year at Baselworld, they've made a slight change to the white gold version and they've put a blue dial, which you can only assume has been done to create a further differentiation between the two models. So why? Why would they want to differentiate? Well, again, in my opinion, firstly, it's to avoid upsetting owners of the white gold model. You've just spent upwards of £25,000 on a white gold Pepsi, and suddenly you see on the market a stainless steel Pepsi that looks exactly the same. Okay, yeah, there is a difference. One is white gold, one is steel, but most people would not be able to tell the difference if this watch was released on an oyster bracelet. And also to avoid a detrimental effect on sales. So let's just imagine for a minute they release this watch on an oyster bracelet. What would that do for the BONR? Would that be an end to it? Maybe. But let's ignore the politics and marketing strategy of Rolex and let's deal with the Pepsi as we find it. I'm not aware of a Jubilee bracelet previously. I really didn't think I was going to like it. It's never really appealed to me much. Any Rolex I've worn has always been an oyster bracelet. But having a chance to wear it, I love it. Yeah, absolutely, I'll be an owner of this. Really comfortable, different, serves a different purpose. Yeah, for me, I'm a fan. I do like the new Jubilee. We use the oyster lock clasp. There we go, let's just open that up. And on that oyster lock clasp we see that it benefits from the 5mm Easy Link system that gives you a 5mm adjustment within the clasp without the need to use any tooling. So for me, I think this gives it a less sporty design. After all, it's not a sports watch, it's a traveller's watch. Maybe it has more appeal to an older generation. Maybe it provides a more refined classic look. But yeah, Pepsi exclusively available on the Jubilee bracelet. Onto the third key difference. We're not going to see it by looking at the watch. The movement of this watch has been upgraded to a caliber 3285 movement, as have the full range of GMTs that were released at Baselworld 2018. New movement is still certified to the same standards of plus or minus 2 seconds per day, but a big benefit is the improved power reserve. So the previous caliber 3186 movement had a power reserve for 48 hours. So if you're one of these people who wears your watch during the week, takes it off for the weekend, doesn't put it in a watch winder, maybe you wear a different watch at the weekend or just don't wear your Rolex at the weekend, when you come back Monday morning, you need to reset the watch as the power reserves run out. Well, not anymore. Those days are gone. The new movement has a 70-hour power reserve, so that Monday morning reset has now become a thing of the past. So a bit of further information about the watch. The GMT Oyster Steel Pepsi has a UK retail price of £6,800, and the bad news is, if you're not on a waiting list for it already, it's very unlikely that you're going to be able to get on. And even if you are on, it could take years before you manage to, your turn comes up for one of these watches. Very limited availability in the UK at the moment. We've seen prices on the secondary market. I've seen this watch advertised for sale in excess of 3 times the UK retail price, and there's very limited supply, very few watches in the market at the moment. It's one of a number of GMTs in the new range of GMTs, so there's another 2. We've got a 126711 CHNR, which is a steel and rose gold version, and a 126715, which is the Ever Rose gold version. Both those have a chocolate and black colour bezel, and that completes the new family of GMTs. All existing GMTs are still under manufacturer, so you can still get the Batman, you can still get the white gold Pepsi, steel and gold model, the all yellow gold model, and of course the black bezel GMT-16710LN, all still in production. That's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe. Got more watch videos coming. Any requests for any particular watches you'd like to see, please leave in the comments box. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day.